Hello friends, this is my attempt to get a reading out of the Go Fish cards. So because the backs are different colors, what I did was I combined them. So this is a combination of the Impressionist and the Van Gogh and Friends decks. I put them together and to do the deck interview using both of them. I think it would be about 72 cards then. Ends up being a fairly thick deck when they're combined. And it's this is going to be a little artificial in the sense that I wanted to make sure that I had, both some from one deck and some from the other. So I just kind of kept shuffling until I had just not like all yellows or all blues at the head here. So I think this is where I'm stopping. This is what we're going to do. So, how would you describe yourself? So how would this combo deck, this combination of decks, describe itself? And the meal, bananas. Well, I would interpret the deck, the combination of decks here as the bowl. What's in the bowl there? Or, even there's three things out here. Maybe instead of merely the meal, maybe we can make it a little bit more dramatic and call it a feast. It considers itself a feast, even though nobody's going to know what to do with it. These guys don't look too happy with what's in front of them. What is this combo deck's opinion of me? Mother and sister of the artist. So, in some ways it's true. Somebody maybe who enjoys art but isn't a maker of art. Again, there's the whole boredom thing going on there. What is one thing that you ask of me, that the decks ask of me? To eat, to partake of the fruit. Yep, that harmonizes well with this one. It's how it sees itself as the meal. Or maybe even to put the meal out. It's interesting that one of the more active cards didn't come out, like people walking on a beach or doing this or that. In other words, sharing the deck, using the deck, doesn't seem to be as much as eating of the deck, partaking of the deck, savoring the deck. Even in this case, this is about the beauty of the fruit, not the eating of the fruit. So kind of savoring it. Okay, how will this set of decks challenge me? There's that boredom again. I don't think it's going to bore me. But maybe, the fact that all of the people tend to look bored, maybe that will challenge me. What is the potential outcome of our time together? Another thing that might challenge me, and as much as I think this is fun, and even as used as a Go Fish, use them as Go Fish also strikes me as fun, that other people might end up being like, whatever, I'm not that into it, Go Fish with art decks. What is the potential outcome of, this was the challenge, right? Yeah, what is the potential outcome of our time together? Lydia in the Loge. I think this is a really positive card. I think this is a beautiful card. She's very Queen of Wands. She could even be the Sun card. But the feeling that's coming to me from this is sort of setting myself apart. You know, she looks like maybe she's at the opera. And how many people are interested in the opera? It's a pretty select group of people. And so I don't necessarily, although I see this as a positive card, it ends up being, I end up seeing it as something, even you can be set apart in ways that are both positive and negative. So you get set apart by, I don't even think, in this case it would be her taste, your taste in things. And that can mean that people might admire your taste, or they might just consider your taste unusual enough that you kind of isolate yourself. And I certainly think that most people in the tarot oracle community can understand that. Whether it's, you know, being a reader ends up, you know, creating community and also separating you from community. But also your taste in decks. I mean, some people are really interested in decks that a lot of people don't like, and, you know, doing kinds of readings that a lot of people don't like. So there are things that are kind of at the same time both inclusive and exclusive, and I feel like that's part of what this is saying about our time together. What readings do you enjoy the most? Oh, to me this would be very personal readings. She was a little alarmed there. But, and what does this say? Well, just it says amusement. So it can be light, but to me this was kind of, to me this indicated intimate readings. Very personal readings, not to do public readings with it. Yeah, so interesting. And I do have, I'm going to play this game. I'm going to take this to my parents and, you know, family and see if I can get anybody else to play the actual Go Fish variety with me. But I could see someday, because I don't have the energy to do this anymore, someday when I'm retired, trimming off. I'd like to keep the associations, or maybe even if I could trim it so that I kept the name. I'm finding the name of the art useful, so that it's more like a, it's not quite a playing card size, but, well, it might be, kind of. Yeah, it might be a playing card size if I were to do that. Close. But anyway, all things for the future, and I'll sort them back out. Probably what I'm going to end up doing is going through the images and finding the ones that suit me as creating either a tarot or Lenormand or oracle or something. So there are 2 other batches of these Go Fish cards that are art oriented. So long as one doesn't go out of print, I will get the other 2, and then I will sort them to make the deck that I want. And I don't know what I'll do with the rest. Maybe make them into bookmarks. Maybe put them in cards to friends. I don't know. So there you go. There's another one down. One more to go with Forest of Enchantment. I'll do a deck interview with that. And I'm still waiting for the Dark Mansion Tarot to arrive. So eventually there will also be a walk through and a deck interview with that as well.